All right, guys, let's talk about the Santas. I've got, man, I already lost track, 40 some odd Santas in here. And this is the one where I think most folks come into my room and say, why do you have so many of the same thing? And I say, get out. That's a ridiculous question. Just get out. But no, what we've got here are the years and years and years of Santa, and each and every one of these is different. So let's talk about it. First of all, there are some videos on some of these in more detail. We're going to go relatively quickly. This is a Hong Kong made, and I think it says Hong Kong on there somewhere. It certainly does. Syrup dispenser, currently empty. Sorry, folks. Full body Santa Claus comes out in 1955. We've got Germany with a weird paint job, Austria with the red insert. All of these are going to have metal pins, metal hinges. That's just the day it was. We've got Santa, and there's a video on those. There's Santa Claus A, which is pretty much the same head. We can find it with a plastic pin or a metal pin. Again, there's another video on those. That's 1958. 10 years goes by, in 1968, we get B, which looks like this. You've got it on a red plastic hat or a white plastic hat, and the paint colors, of course, change to match. That's white paint over there. Here's red paint. Again, there's another video on that. That's 1968. 1970, we get this guy. He's got an ornament loop. He's got painted lips that are red, and he's non-footed. This is 1970. This is the Santa ornament. If you're interested, there's a metal spring and a plastic pin. 1970. Now, at some point between 1970 and 1996, we get all these guys with no eyeballs. So 26 years of the same Santa. But we get a couple of differences. All right, we take the ornament off and we get this guy. This is a 2.6. He's still metal spring, plastic pin. It's 2.6 Austria with no IMC. Then we get the 3.4 Austria with a 3 IMC. And you can tell, by the way, just extras in the back. This is a red cap and this is a neon red cap. Those are both 3.4 Austria with a 3 IMC. Plastic, everything. You get to this guy, he's also 3.4, but he's Austria with an 8 IMC. So it's a later factory, but it was made earlier. We got a metal pin, or sorry, metal spring, still with the red lips. We still have the red lips. We're going to lose the metal lips for this row here. We're now in the 3 9s. This is Yugo and Jugo. The reason I've got this guy sideways, he's non-footed, and you can see he's got a spine on the back. Unlike most of the non-footed dispensers, some of the Yugo 3.9s have a spine. Don't argue with me. You don't have to believe it if you don't want to. Behind him, we've got another 3.9 Yugo with a 5 IMC, but no spine. And behind him still, we have a 3.9, Jugo 5. Jugo spine. This one with the feet, and you can see all the rest of them have feet. This is our first footed Santa. That is a 3.9 Yugo with a Y, the 5 IMC. This one is our last of the no eyeballs. That's a 4.9 Slovenia 5. So we've had since 2.6 to 3.4 to 3.9 to 4.9 through Austria, Yugoslavia, and Slovenia. So right into present day Yugoslavia, we've got the Santa with no eyes. We're going to switch over to eyes in 1996. And the eyes in 1996 look like this. We're back to Austria with our 4.9 Austria with an 8 IMC Black Santa Claus. Up front, we've got a 4.9 Hungary, and we start to get into some weird stuff. Take a look at this. The Y in Hungary is all curvy. How many of you have that? That's a fun one to find. It's got a Y with a curve on it, the bottom of the Y. That is your 4.9 Hungary. We've also got a 4.9 here in the back with an upside down R. Take a look at that R. See the word Pez is right side up, but that R is upside down. So you're going to find those on some, including some of the Pez sours from later. And this would have been a little bit later in my estimation, probably We get the eyes in 96. Yeah, sometime around there to 2000, you find the upside down R. This guy, you can see, has a neon red hat, and then closing out the Santa C with eyes, we've got a yellow face, a clear head, which is legit, and this Tex-Mex, which was the misfit from Steve Glue. Oh, and the white head. So, you know, the yellow, the white, the black, questionable. Now, we're into Santa D. This guy comes out in 2002. The single, so first of all, there are a couple variations to your basic Santa. You can see some separation between the facial hair and the face, right? That's clearly a different piece. That guy, I'm not sure when he comes out. I'll tell you why. This one, I believe, comes first. And what you see is it's one solid piece. Maybe differences on the inside. I haven't thought to look. Probably not. Anyway, you can see different colors, different paints, but importantly, it's different plastic. It's a different assembly. And the guy with the one piece that you're looking at now, 2002, he comes out. And the reason I believe that is because this guy is the same mold. That's a single piece, as near as I can tell. That's the crystal. Yo! That's on the floor. That comes out in 2003. In 2007, you get this guy with the snowflakes. And then this guy with the red crystal hat, he comes out in 2008. Those guys are coming from Target. These guys up front, the minis come out in, I don't know. Anybody remember? I'm gonna have to look that one up and I'll get back to you. Then lastly, we have Santa Claus E. These guys over here, and E comes out in 2012. They all come out in 2012. What's so different about those two in the back? Different reds. Then you got the crystal version with the red hat, and you got the mini. The mini comes out in 2017. Not before, not after, but 2017. Give me 1 second. I'm going to look these guys up. There's another video on them. There are three. You can see they've got the what do you call them? The ornament things hanging in there, and one without. Let's see. Mini Santa Claus. Here we go. I got them in 2019. Nope, 2008. They all came out in 2008. I don't know if that's right. I'm going to go with that. Bright red, regular red, and non-ornament. Note that they are all, I think, yeah, separate pieces to the head, just like this guy. So 2008, that all makes sense. Guys, that's a whole bunch of Santas. They're all different. Don't let people bother you. Just shove them out of your room. If they don't get it, they don't get it. Take that. Bah humbug.